Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Pokemon Soul Silver. When I last left you guys, we had successfully defeated the Goldenrod City gym, and we're moving on to get rid of this weird tree thing. Is this the same lady that... Oh, she doesn't say anything different. That's the squirt bottle. Soak the tree for me, I want to see what happens. Alright, cool, let's do it. Use the squirt bottle. Why, yes, I will. So you squirt water on the tree, and it doesn't like it very much. And it attacks you, as all trees usually do when you water them, I imagine, right? That's how it works. It's a Sudowoodo, to the shock of nobody. So, Sudowoodo roughly translates to literally fake wood, or fake tree, I suppose. But at any rate, it's not a real tree, it's actually rock type, which is interesting for a tree. But anyway, we're gonna go, this is the only one you can get in the entire game to my knowledge. So we're going to go ahead and paralyze this sucker. Oh, good. Now it knows Glare, too. Awesome. That's never going to be a bad thing for me at all. I'm going to drop this thing's defense like a rock and see if that makes a difference. Having Screech is going to be really handy, I think. Flail shouldn't do a lot. It's not hurt yet. But I'm going to drop this thing's defense so hard it's going to hit the floor. I don't want to kill it, though. That's the issue. So I got to make sure not to do it too much. But now that it's -4 for defense here, I should be able to put a reasonable-sized dent in it. That's going to do nothing. Not only do I resist fighting, but low kick is based, or does more damage based on your Pokemon's weight, or the weight of the Pokemon that is being attacked. And Ekans is not particularly heavy. He's just a little snake, so... Alright, I think he's reasonably low level. We'll go ahead and try to capture him now. Do I have anything better than regular Pokeballs? No, I do not. Well, guess what it's going to have to be, I suppose. Hopefully I'm not stuck here doing this forever. I'm probably... You know... I've never used Sudowoodo before. It is rock type. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have one of those on my team, I suppose. We'll take a look at it. I don't know if it's any good or not. Disguises itself as a tree. Yeah, we gathered that. First capture, though. That was... Or first ball, rather. Yeah, we'll take a look at that thing. Just out of curiosity, I suppose. We got berry pots. So, in the... Or in Diamond and Pearl, rather, there were random plots of dirt that you could plant berries in. And when you plant berries in them, they take a couple of days to fully grow, but once they do, you can harvest them and get a whole bunch of extras from them, and then like reseed and replant them, that kind of deal. There is no such patches of dirt in this game, but what they give you is these berry pots, which is the same thing, but you carry them with you everywhere. If I'm not mistaken... There's someone that gives me a present for having destroyed that, or not destroyed, but captured the tree. It was a Pokemon? Yes, it was a Pokemon, strangely enough. I think in the old ones, they actually gave you something for beating Sudowoodo or capturing it. Either way, we can backtrack to Violet City much quicker now than we otherwise used to be able to, which is certainly of great benefit. I'm going to drop into the Pokemon Center real quick just to get squared away. And I'm going to go talk to that bug catcher dude that said he had berries for me, like 3 years ago. Curious if he still does or not. I guess we'll find out when we get there. But now that Sudowoodo is out of the way, we can proceed on to the next area, the next town, I should say. I probably should have run back to Goldenrod first, actually. There's something I can do that requires me to go this direction. In fact, why don't I go do that right now? Let me drop back in here and deposit something real quick. There's a little errand you can run for an extra gift, I guess. And we're just going to drop in Paris because I'm not really using him. Although, it's faster if I don't. Let's drop in Spearow just for the time being. I'll come back and get him. Alright, stick around, Spearow. I'll be right back for you, pal. Alright, so let's take a run real quick. We're going to head back toward Goldenrod. There's something I needed to grab there that I totally forgot. But that's okay. Anyway, what was I talking about? I totally blanked. Oh yeah, so I'm a little bit concerned about my team composition right now. I've been doing some thinking about it. There's a lot of type coverage that I'm missing. Well, I mean, it's pretty much a given at this point in the game, I imagine. Simply because you don't have access to a lot of really great stuff. That's Arnie. That's the guy down by the national park. He saw a Yanma for the first time. That's actually funny because he will call you and tell you when there is a swarm of Yanma going on right down this direction. And Yanma you can normally encounter on the grass here at like a 1% rate. But if you wait until Arnie calls you and tells you there's a swarm going on, it's like a 40% rate. So much easier to catch a Yanma if you don't already have one when he calls you, which is why I leave him in my phone. Yanma is okay. I think it's a lot better once you evolve it. It did get an evolution in Gen 4 in the form of Yanmega, which is a really cool looking Pokemon. I'm actually quite a fan of it. Again, I don't know if it's any good because I've never used the thing, but I do like how it looks. So there's that. But moving on. So we're going to drop into the gatehouse right down here at the end of this path. And there's a guy here. He got a letter from a friend of his, and he has a reply he wants to return, but he wants me to deliver it for him. And he's way back on Route 31. So he gives us a Spearow with his mail attached. He says we can read it if we want. He doesn't care. All the letter says, by the way, is that Dark Cave exits to another route on the other side of it, which is, I guess, of questionable use if you knew that already or not. I don't know, but can I battle the cops yet? No. It technically is not nighttime here yet, so I don't know when I'll ever get to fight those cops. They have Growliths, which is nice because Growliths are cool and also one of my favorite Pokemon. Which is sad because I can't get them in this game, but that's okay. Speaking of which, I can't get Growlithe in this game, but there is something else that I can get instead, and I don't know if I actually can capture it right now or not. I might go poke around in the grass and see if I can find one. Because if I can, I definitely think I'll be using it. Because I could definitely use this typing on my team, and I would like to have it. Cut this bush back down. Tree, bush, shrub, whatever you want to call it. So, the thing that I'm looking for ought to be in the Grizzly grass here. That is a female Nidoran, which I do have. Okay, so that's good to know. I probably should have spent some time figuring out if this thing actually shows up in this grass here or not. This is normally where you would be able to find Growlithe, though. And since Growlithe isn't in this game, I imagine they just replaced it 1-for-1 with this. But again, I don't know for certain, so I might be wasting my time here, but we're just going to poke around for a minute or two, see if I can find the thing. So the city we're going to be able to get onward to momentarily is going to be Ecruteak City, which has a lot going on in it. In fact, in this game it doesn't have quite as much going on in it. There is a building that formerly in the old games had a lot to do in it, but now it doesn't really have so much. Well, I guess it still does, but not until much later in the game. They kind of made something a plot point. I'll touch on that when we get there. But in addition to that, there is was one very tall tower and one not so tall tower in Ecruteak City, and one of them has a lot to do in it. The other one not so much. It's just a big maze that we can't actually go into yet. There is another gym, and that gym is going to be a massive pain in my butt because I don't yet know how I'm going to tackle it. And unfortunately, I will not be using tackle literally because it won't work because it is a ghost-type gym. And back in the day of original Gold and Silver, it wasn't that big of a deal because the only ghost types that existed at the time, well, besides Misdreavus, which was just introduced in this gen, were, of course, Ghastly Haunter and Gengar. And again, I think that's all the gym has in it, is Ghastly Haunter and Gengar, which are Ghost and also Poison. There's what I wanted. Here we go. So I can catch Vulpix. Isn't that wonderful? I actually have never used Vulpix or Ninetales, but I like them quite a bit. Now, me actually adding this to my party and using it long term is going to be dependent on whether or not I find a Firestone to evolve it. Because, obviously, it doesn't evolve until you use a Firestone. So it'll be usable probably for quite some time, up until the point where it's not going to be cutting it stat-wise anymore because I can't evolve the thing. Now here's the rub. Me being burned is bad for two reasons. Not only am I taking damage every turn, but burns actually cut your attack in half, which is why I'm not doing quite so much damage to this Vulpix as I otherwise would be. And it knows Roar, too. That's awesome. Okay, well, I forgot about that. Strangely enough, Growlithe also knows Roar in the wild and does the same exact bloody thing to you. So I was hoping by paralyzing it, I'd be preventing that from happening. But it knows Will-O-Wisp right off the bat? That could be really, really useful for utterly decimating certain Pokemon. If you can cut a good physical attacker's attack in half, obviously it completely neuters them for the most part. The added periodic damage is certainly nothing to sneeze at either, but I definitely would like a Vulpix, and if I can make it happen, a Ninetales on my team. That would be awesome. Let's see if I can make that happen. Of course, waiting for the stupid thing to not roar me is going to be awesome. Unfortunately, I don't know what moves it knows besides Will-O-Wisp and Roar. I'm hoping it knows, like, you know, well, it might know Confuse Ray or something. It might even know Ember. I don't know. I'm not on the up and up with regards to Vulpix's moveset, again, because I've never used one. So we'll go ahead and see how that changes out here. I'm hoping that you can still capture one at night, because it's about to roll over to nighttime in my game here in the next couple of minutes, and I would certainly like to catch one before then. Although I don't know what the encounter rate for it is either. Can't be very good if I'm not finding it very often here, or I'm just getting incredibly unlucky. Either is equally likely. My luck is not super great when it comes to video games. Here we go, another Vulpix. Same level, same gender. I'm not terribly concerned with the gender. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect stats or anything, so it's largely inconsequential. I'm going to go ahead and glare it real quick. Hopefully it does not roar me again. That would be very bad. Don't you do it. Hit Will-O-Wisp, but it missed. Oh, I'm already burned, that's why. Durr, I knew that. I'll just keep trying to bite it. Okay, it was Quick Attack. Interesting. I could go for a YOLO ball here and try to catch it outright without having to do much. Do I have any... What kind of Pokeballs do I have? It's not particularly fast. Let's go Premier Ball, see if I can land it. It is already paralyzed, that might help. Gotcha. Nice. Normally I wouldn't take a risk like that, but that was just... Given that the whole Roar opportunity thing, I don't want to deal with that again, so... Alright, we got ourselves a Vulpix. I'll have to go take a look at its nature, because I don't know what it is yet. But before we do that, there's a few trainers to deal with on the route to Ecruteak City. And we're going to go ahead and put... Oh, Kenya is the name of that Spearow. We're going to put Bayleaf back in the lead. I want to get Bayleaf trained up. It's certainly worthy of it, so that's kind of funny. I like how it just kind of, like, bounces behind me instead of actually walking, really. It's kind of entertaining. So we'll go drop off this Spearow to where it was meant to go. Got a little sidetrack trying to capture something, but again, I'm hoping that Vulpix is good. I'll look at its nature when we have a moment here. Oh, Violet City. It's so quaint. I would live in Violet City. It's quaint. It's nice and quiet and probably awesome. Moving on. Here is this guy. I feel like reading some words on a piece of paper or something. So here we have hand over the Spearow with the mail on it. I did not like Zubat, though. Oh, you see my game just ticked over to nighttime, I think. I think it turns nighttime at 6 o'clock. I'm not sure. TM44 is Rest. Rest is pretty useful in certain situations. A black apricorn. Interesting. And here is this guy. Rostberry. Cool. That's the same thing as a burnt berry, I'm pretty sure, and utterly useless to me. Oh well. Let's see. Let's go take a look at our Vulpix here just to see what it's got. I'm hoping for like a modest or a timid nature. That'd be cool. If I can find... If it's got that, I'm definitely using the thing. Modest and Timid is too good on a Vulpix. I mean, it's probably going to be something like Adamant or something, knowing my luck, though. Let's take a peek. It's still someone's Pokemon, even though we know it's Bill's at this point. Mild. I think that's pretty good, right? Let me see. Special attack up, defense down. Well, its defense is already pretty garbage, so that's not too bad. Yeah, that's good. I think we're going to use this Vulpix. Certainly. And unfortunately, given that Spearow is largely meh at this point. Ooh, a lonely Sudowoodo. Attack up, defense down, I think? Yeah. That's not great. And Sturdy, unfortunately, doesn't have the benefit of being immune to one-hit KO moves yet. Or immune to being knocked out from full health, rather. That happens later in Gen 5. This thing is not terribly great. Although, that's a lot more special defense than I was expecting on that thing. I don't know, we'll think about it. For the time being, I'm definitely adding Vulpix to my party. I'm going to see if I can't find a Firestone at some point in this game. I don't think I really need Paris for much longer. Why don't we dump him off for now? I'll keep Spearow with me for a little bit longer. Like I said, I want to at least evolve it, maybe. See if it's worth keeping around or not. But now I've got a Fire type, which is awesome. Sadly, I don't think it knows any Fire type moves. Did it? I didn't look. I got sidetracked. I know it's got Will-O-Wisp, Quick Attack, and Roar. Tail Whip. Okay, so no Fire type moves yet. It's got a Rostberry, too, for some strange reason. I'll take that away. In fact, I can give this thing my Charcoal. And that'll buff up any Fire type moves it might eventually learn. Which I'm hoping is soon, and it didn't already overlook them. We'll train this thing up a little bit, I think. I'll look up a moveset list sometime later. I don't really feel like doing it right now. Plus, we're in the middle of recording, so that would be really obnoxious of me. Oh, it's adorable. It's doing its best to keep up with me. Now I feel bad. Alright, so we got ourselves a Vulpix. Awesome. Moving on. It's a little dark out here now. There's a couple of trainers we got to deal with before we get to the town proper, but nothing too difficult. Certainly nothing we can't handle. I think there's actually a double battle coming up here. Why don't I take a look? Let's do that. Yep, double battle right here. Might even be a couple of them. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Tori and Till. Interesting. I wonder what Till is short for, if anything. Mareep and Meryl. Okie doke. Well, we're going to go ahead and Quick Attack this sucker first. And I'm going to Razor Leaf both of them. That's the nice thing about Razor Leaf is it hits both your opponents in a double battle. So it's fairly effective. It's not going to do anything to Mareep, but it should do a decent chunk to Meryl. Yep, there we go. Oh wow, it actually killed Mareep! Because of the critical hit. Interesting. Rollout, that's bad. Yeah, we don't need that. Thankfully, Vulpix is quite fast. So I should be able to take this Meryl out before it does anything else to me here. Between that and tackling with my Bayleaf instead. 99, huh? Well, not so great for the experience department there, but... And this might also be a double battle right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I was right. Double battle. Fun, fun. I mean, I can battle both of you at once, I suppose. I don't see any reason not to. Oh, they both have two Pokemon. A Clefable and a Wigglytuff. Interesting. This might be a little tougher than it otherwise appears to be. We're going to go ahead and Will-O-Wisp that Wigglytuff. And we're going to poison the Clefable. Haha! Enjoy your periodic damage. Both of you enjoy your periodic damage. That's a really cool move, Will-O-Wisp. I like that quite a bit. Clefable missed. Wigglytuff's not going to do anything because I burned it. both get hurt. Fun, fun. Alright, well, now that that's gone on, why don't we go ahead and drop some defense. Oh, I could tail whip both of them? Interesting. Well, I'll tail whip first and then Razor Leaf, or vice versa, apparently. So Clefable dodged it, but Wigglytuff did not. I did not know Tail Whip affected both of your opponents. I guess that kind of makes sense a little bit. Sort of. I used to think Tail Whip meant you, like, whipped somebody with your tail, but what it actually means is, like, you know, wagging your butt in their face, more or less. I don't know how that reduces their defense, but what do I know? We'll try this again, see if I can hit both of them this time. Once again, Clefable dodges it. Clefable is apparently a little dodgier than we like to believe. Drop your defense this time. Oh, both of them, duh. I knew that. Alright, you're going to need to quit dodging there. Oh, of course, Growl hits both of my Pokemon, too. This here double battle is going a little longer than I would have liked. Disable? You... I hate Disable. I hate Disable so much. Get out of here, Wigglytuff. Alright, level up for Bayleaf. And out comes another Clefable. Awesome! My favorite. Ugh. Alright, well, I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp that one. Since I can't poison them, I guess I'll just tackle this one. Can't believe that garbage. Have I mentioned how much I hate Disable? It's really dumb. Yeah, go ahead with the double slap. Let me know how that works out for you. Enjoy your burn. Enjoy your periodic damage, both of you. We gotta love that. So, I'm not very well versed with regards to double battles and obviously that kind of stuff because I don't do it very much. Let's go ahead and tackle the other one, I suppose. Not going to do a whole heck of a lot, probably, but... Nope, hardly anything at all. Clefable is very tanky. You wouldn't think it, but it is actually quite difficult to deal with. I probably could be using Pokemon that are more suited to defeating these things, but... I want to get experience on my Vulpix, and this is the best way to do it. They keep dropping my attacks, which is not altogether very helpful. I ought to be able to finish it off this time, though. Yeah, I'll finish that one off, and I'm going to go ahead and synthesize on Bayleaf. Be gone! Yep, down it goes. No more Clefable, although I think another Wigglytuff's about to come out. If I'm being totally honest. I gotta punch through both of those now. Metronome, eh? It's like Hyper Beam or something. Eruption! Are you kidding me? Okay, that's a hot pile of garbage. Oh yeah, Vulpix has Flash Fire. Alright, no longer disabled, which is great. Now I can bust out a Razor Leaf. We'll go ahead and burn this guy too, why not? And Razor Leaf time. I'm hoping this will take out the Clefable at the very least. Or do absolutely nothing to it. What in the world? Oh, right, because of the stupid growls that I've been subjected to. You leave my Vulpix alone. Seriously, stop hitting my Vulpix. Alright, well, we're going to have to do something about that here. Why don't I go ahead and Tail Whip both of them again. But first and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and heal up my Vulpix, because I don't want to lose it. Need to keep it in for experience gains. This episode's going to go a little longer, folks. I'm sorry about that. I didn't think this battle would take this long. That's what you get for dealing with a couple of evolved Pokemon, I guess. Would you stop with the slapping, please? It's obnoxious. Enjoy your defense drops. Oh, stop it. Yeah, be hurt by your burns and stuff. Alright, so let's do... I'll Tail Whip one more time, see how that goes. And we'll hopefully take down the Clefable here with Razor Leaf. If not the Razor Leaf, then the burn will kill it. Yep, there we go, the burn will do it. Still obnoxious that it didn't just die outright, but what are you going to do? I've never been a big fan of Clefable or anything like that. Oh, Encore, perfect. That will allow me to keep Razor Leafing you. Yes, use your Pound on my Bayleaf that can tank hits for days. Alright, level up for Vulpix. Maybe learns Ember? Nope, no Ember. Oh well, I'll look it up later. Bayleaf is hurt by burn. Cool. Alright, one more Tail Whip should do it, and I'm just going to finish it off with Razor Leaf, I'm hoping. I keep forgetting Bayleaf actually goes first. Alright, there we go. That battle is done with. Another level for Bayleaf. Wow. Level 18. Wants to learn Reflect. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, I'll get rid of Tackle. Yeah, don't need Tackle. Reflect is too good. That's a fantastic move. Alright, Callie and Cassandra are down. I'm strong. Isn't that the best? Alright, well, there's actually something I wanted to grab real quick before we end this episode, so I'm going to go get that real quick. Ooh, a Pidgeotto. Interesting. It's a little under-leveled, too. But sadly, I don't need one right now. Can't escape. There's no way I'm not faster than this thing. Are you kidding me? Are you Fruit Looping kidding me? Whatever. You know what? No, we're gonna... Heracross is gonna kill it. Change my mind, I don't care. Bye. Alright, so that sucked. But anyway, the thing I want is over here. This person. Because I'm recording this on Sunday, that means that it's Sunday in the game, too. It's Sunday today, and I get a magnet. Not super useful at the moment, but I wanted it anyway. It increases electric-type moves. Yes. Alright, so that was that. At any rate, there's one more trainer over here to fight. We'll do that next time. And until that point, thank you very much for joining me to this point. I really do appreciate it. We got a lot done. And we're moving on to Ecruteak City next episode. So stick around for that. I will see you then. So until that time, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.